The following broadcast is brought to you by Mad Dog TV, a Dogphibian Entertainment Limited company.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Dangerous Mondays. Selezen will be along in a moment. In the meantime, I have an announcement to make. There have been machinations against this glorious tiny empire of ours. Once again, a larger force stands poised at our borders to wreak havoc upon our hold on this Monday night stream. Once again, we stand divided. Yes. Once again, we must defend ourselves against this usurper. His name is DJTruthsayer. At the moment, diplomatic measures are in effect. There is an armistice at the moment pending further negotiations. But, as has been seen before, a vacancy was there, as our regularity was compromised by health and other issues. And as such, we have let our hold on this evening slip. And someone, a so-called ally of ours, has jumped in to fill that void, and now, like the empires of the past, has not vacated his presence. Therefore, we must act with caution. Yes. So, while the diplomatic mission... Who asked you? So, as the diplomatic machines are in place, we must watch our borders. We must be careful. We must ensure that our security is paramount. And we will watch our backs. For now, DJTruthsayer is a peaceful ally, but if he cannot be trusted, we must be ready. Prepare our armies, prepare our specialist forces, and ensure our security. Thank you for listening. I will hand you back to Emperor Dave. Thank you for your time. Good evening, everyone. It's Dave. How you doing? Welcome to another Monday night stream / Dangerous Mondays. Still haven't got used to calling it Dangerous Mondays, and it's been months. But then, I took a break, so then I forgot how it all worked again, and I apologise. That came very loudly through my headphones. So yes, welcome. So what we're doing tonight? We are having another bit of a road to riches thing, as the title of the stream does state. But yes, we're going to have a bit of a chat about Elite on the way along, a bit of a chat about Elite Dangerous, a bit of a chat about Elite Encounters, and a bit of a chat about stuff that's going on. And if anybody's in there in the chat, then I hope you are going to enjoy this stream. I know we have a few different things going on this evening. First of all, as our guest announcer stated, we have been usurped. Our channel is in threat. We are in negotiations with DJTruthsayer, who is now streaming on a Monday at the same time as me, and we are trying to come to some kind of arrangement as to what to do. The False Lawmaster has been here. The False Lawmaster's stream has arrived. So the negotiations at the moment have said that what we're going to do is DJ's going to host my stream every second Monday between 8 and 10, which is very generous of him, and I thank him very much. But is it enough? Shut up, you. You've had your time.
You are welcome. Confirmed.
The false lawmaster. The mouth of the south. I said shut up. So welcome to DJTruthsayer stream. And everyone in chat. I have a busy chat. Everyone has just literally posted the comment I made. I've been talking on Facebook. If you do a search for Selezen Lake on Facebook, I have been waxing lyrical about the false lore master who pretends. And as I say, in jest, yes, you'll be careful. The bing. Can you actually hear that bing bong? Interesting, I didn't know that. It's my my little notification thing that says that someone subscribed to the channel. Well, not subscribed, but no thingy. What do you call it? Verb. My notifications are in Ming Lee. Yeah, I've got a lot of people are popping up and saying they're following the channel now, and I can't keep up with how many people are going. So I thank you all for following. I will try and thank you individually at some point. Because there's no doubt I'm going to get about 20,000 emails in a second. But for the time being, shall we actually start watching what the game's actually doing? Hello, everybody. LUL. Lull. Love you loads. That's what LUL means. Yep, there's all the emails coming in now. So I'll resume that and get back into the actual game there. So I've obviously not been watching DJ's stream tonight. I don't know if he's made any comments about me, the usurping bastard that he is. If he has, I'll take it on the chin. Because he's just the mouth of the south, isn't he? Don't take anything he says seriously. Sorry, I'm actually recalibrating my headset, because in the meantime, while I've been nattering away, it's gone thingy again, hasn't it? So, yeah. So, followed, lol, follow, lol, drive him mad, of course I do, Selezen, love you as much as anyone. Oh, it's so red. It is, and when I get back to a station it will get even more red. Oh, Pale Gringo, thank you for the follow. Ishmael1983, thank you for the follow. Tolagarth, thank you for the follow. Ruel Storage, thank you for the follow. QDCP, thank you for the follow. Sinella, thank you for the follow. Neil ERS, thank you for the follow. NFL, thank you for the follow. WF.com, thank you for the follow. Convale65, thank you for the follow. Monster Peck, thank you for the follow. Pale Gringo, New Q89, Pedro Lucan, YKNLO, Fabske1234, John T. Ass, Dragon Kings 1987, thank you for the follow. Yeah, that caught up. Yeah, Conville, you can make that decision for yourself. He thinks I'm an awesome broadcaster, but then apparently he's very easy to please. But I'll say nothing about that. Yeah, if you like watching someone poodle around exploring stuff while chatting about stuff and having the temper tantrums now and again, then yeah. Good God. Teza Boy, Pobble YCWM, Commander Zarking. Good God. Master Ugwe. Wow. Dragon Fang 33. Wow. You're just going to piss me off now, aren't you, really? That's all you're going to do. Yeah, notice that DJTruthsayer says Selezen's best man to ask for lore when I'm around. It's not a doorbell, it's an airport announcement chime. Well, you could use it as a doorbell, but that's where it's from. It's an airport announcement chime. I think they use the same on railways as well. Nano Ninja. Cool name. Good God. You're all mad. So, open galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
Am I familiar with lore from the older games of ED? I'm familiar with the games that preceded ED. I'm primarily an elite, original elite lore master. I do know some stuff about the Frontier and First Encounters games, as well as the stuff that went alongside. ED, when it came out, and when there was all kinds of lore stuff going on with it at the start. I was aware of it all. Because I wrote some of it, and I helped other people write other bits of it, and other people that I was aware of wrote bits of it with me as well. So we all wrote it together. Myself, Alan Stroud, T. James, David Braben, Michael Brooks, Andrew, somebody whose name I can't remember. Loads of people. We all wrote all the sort of background introductions for the writers to use. So I do have some knowledge, and I'm proud, very proud to say that the lore that I used for Elite back in the day on my own website and so on was used to populate some of the content of the game. So that's pretty cool. For example, if you look at some of the stuff around the Lave, the little lower station pods boys that are around Lave, some of the information in that was actually written by me. Yay! Which I was quite proud to see, in fact. So yeah, so where we're going now, we're going to go for a poodle around. I think we're currently in Hyades sector. Yeah. What we're doing, if you don't know, is the road to riches. I went exploring and I made no money whatsoever because I couldn't find any Earthlights or water worlds or anything like that in 6 months of exploring. I only get to play this game 2 hours a week, and I stream it when I do it. Hence why I'm a little bit protective of my stream. My streaming time as well, sorry. Hence why you're all here, because you're all pandering to my insecurities, basically. Where was I going with that? Yeah, so I did a bit of exploring for 6 months and really only made a couple of million. It was pretty poor, piss poor for 6 months worth of work. So I did a bit of a look around and I was asking a few questions about how to make some money quickly. I was just going to go back to the code, do a bit of trading for a bit, and then buy a Python and carry on with the Python. However, I made the mistake of, well, not the mistake, made the fortunate mistake of mentioning this on DJ's stream, and a couple of the guys on there, including Dan Smith, gave me a couple of hints and tips as to how to make a bit of money with exploring. So they suggested do a search for Road to Riches, and I did. And what Road to Riches is hang on a sec, concentrate on this stupid number.
Acknowledged. Verity, would you mind?
Fuck's sake.
Okay. A natural satellite or moon is a celestial body that orbits another body.
Quite an education.
Close galaxy map.
Exiting map.
Keep me to switch that stuff off. Ship scan detected. You dirty fucker. Anyway. Raise landing gear.
Retracting landing gear.
And what the Road to Riches is... Oh, thank you, Philippa. That's very kind of you, mate. Appreciate it. I love getting subscriptions to my YouTube, because that's obviously where I dump most of the stuff that I do. And although I do love the streaming, I love the streaming and the interaction and so on, YouTube is kind of what I'm trying to build up alongside it as kind of a repository of stuff that I've done and different kind of things that I'm up to, so that's very cool. So thank you very much for that. My friend DJTruthsayer has just started watching. I thought he was watching already, or was he just commenting? But yeah, so as I was saying, the Road to Riches, essentially it's a way of exploring and getting a load of money for travelling very short distances. It's a list of systems that are around mainly the core and that have enough Earthlights and water worlds and high metal content planets that you can scan them and still get some money from them. I wouldn't call it an exploit. I'd call it a bit of a... It's a little bit of a cheat, I suppose. I don't know what to class it as, because it uses the mechanic of the game, but it doesn't use it in a way that it's not meant to do, because it's always been possible to get money from exploring in the short range around, so we just do it. So jump.
Jumping.
I was saying wait till I get to if you think it's red now, whoever it was that said that. Where's my mouse gone? I have actually bought the red lasers and the red engines. Yeah, RND sum, exactly. That's how I managed to get my second pilot up to a fairly decent ship and so on. This is a long hyperspace. I'm not going to be able to refuel around that. Potentially, yes. Yay! Kramer 1CA. Captain Kirk is in my ship because HCS voice packs have a range of voice control applications that you can install into your computer and use to control your ship in Elite. Hey! Open system map.
System map.
This particular one is called Orion and is voiced, as you have noticed, by the much impressive William Shatner. So 5 and 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Closed system map.
Closing map.
Yeah, it's called HCS Voice Packs, and it uses voice attack. Yes, I think it is only PC. I don't think there's a PS4 or Xbox version out now. Not sure about Xbox, whether they've done it. I'm pretty sure it's PC only. It's well worth checking them out because they've got loads and loads of great voice packs on them. And they're very supportive of streamers, they're very supportive of people who play this game, and they're really, really cool people as well. So they have Orion, which is voiced by William Shatner, have you seen? They've got, I've got to try and remember the names now. Vasco, voiced by Brian Blessed. And they work at the same expensive. It depends on what you get out of it. If you enjoy the fact that you've got somebody pretty famous or somebody doing cool voices on your ship, then yeah, it's worth it. Thank you for the follow. Is it Populite? Daiko Goodman, thank you for the follow anyway. Yeah, thanks Pale Gringo, appreciate it. But yeah, Voice Attack is a piece of third-party software that's not made by the people that make the packs. It's an existing voice control package that was originally designed for controlling applications and computers using your voice, whether that's what you wanted to do. Damn it. Loop of shame. But HCS voice packs use that technology to create artificial intelligence storylines and interesting little plots and characters that you could have flying your ship for you, or doing bits and pieces on your ship. They have little interactive storylines that you can have with them. They've built them up into little characters of their own. They interact with they interact with each other as well. Interact with your ship, and they can do things like help you dock your ship and so on. So they're useful. They take over some of the commands for you, so you don't have to remember all the keys for everything. So like I can basically say, boost.
Boosting now.
And if I was in normal space, it would have boosted my ship at this point. I can ask it to get docking permission. I can ask it to lower and extend the landing gear and cargo doors and all that kind of stuff. It can release limpets, it can deploy weapons, launch missiles, it can do anything you want it to do. You can disable and enable it through the voice attack interface, and it'll do all the work for you. It's really, really good. A spiral of speed, that's a new one. No, it's a leap of shame. If it comes up on the thing on the thing I'm pointing at it, the bit that I'm looking at there and says slow down, then it's shame. Oh, I didn't realise you'd gone. It's been quite busy. I'm not used to this, having lots of people to talk to who don't talk back. It's worrying. Open system map.
System cartography.
As you can see, I'm using it to open the system map and stuff like that. So it's very good. And as I say, they're very good people that make it. Closed system map. Closed system map.
Exiting map.
Voice Attack uses the Windows' own voice recognition APIs, and actually doesn't need to be particularly well trained. You know, you do the training thing for it 3 times, and that's usually enough to get it to pick up anybody. Yeah. Cool. Very well done, Delta Prime. It's intelligence at work. I control Twitch and many other Windows applications. There you go. See? It's pretty good. They've got the... Is it Tales from the Hold? Voices from the Hold? Yeah, the entire profit from that goes to charity. They've also got the storyline pack coming out, the missions pack, which is actually an interactive story that they've written by proper authors. Yeah. Starring a wide variety of people in the elite community, and I think some of the profits from that are going to charity as well. I'm not sure what it's called. I'm sure somebody will tell me what it's called, because I'm fucking dense. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this stream. It's not the same kind of beast as DJ's stream. I don't know. I've done it again. Loop of shame. Looking for fastest way to level up Federation, please. Yeah, I don't know. Do missions for them. Do missions for the military. Go to a Federation world and take on missions from there, I would assume. That's the way the game mechanic works. If anyone from the chat has any clues for Mr. Madman of War, then please enter them in the chat or send a postcard to PO Box 1 Derby. And it'll go to Channel 5 because they use PO Box 1 Derby for some reason. Storybook Galaxy. Thank you, Garzini. Open Galaxy Map. Open Galaxy Map.
Stellar cartography.
24180. HIP 24180. Marco Polo DK, thank you for the follow. You handsome hunk of a man, you. Close Galaxy Map.
Closing map.
Jump.
Engaging jump.
How many jumps is this? 2 jumps. There you go, Madman of War. Loads of hints and tips there for you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. It's always great to help people out. This is why I love streaming. This is why I love this little job. It's not really a job, I don't get paid for it. But I do have a PayPal, if anybody wants to pay me for it. One of the reasons I love it is because you've got so many people out there who just want to help each other and help play the game, and then obviously if anybody asks a question, then you have the interaction with people in the chat who can help anybody out if you don't know the answers. I wanted to ask if there any description of how Thargoids actually looked like. Oh God. Oh.
All.
Oh. Oh.
All.
Non-disclosure agreement alert. Oh God, that's actually the first time I've actually been asked a direct question about something I can't talk about. Oh, I'm really sorry, Delta Prime, but there are. I don't know if you read, was it Game Revolution? Their magazine article or their online article about some of the elite stuff, but I think it was Sandro Samarco was asked a few questions, and he basically said that there's a book in the Frontier office about the size of a telephone directory full of information about the Thargoids. I don't know how true that is or how much of an exaggeration it is, but there is definitely a collection of information about the Thargoids in Frontier. And I know this because I was allowed to read some of it, and I know about some of it. And as I said earlier, I was involved in some of the background material writing, and some of that information did come up. But I'm not allowed to say anything more than that. Only that there's descriptions, there's all this kind of stuff about them. Frontier know what the Thargoids are what they're doing, where they are, what they're up to, and what's obviously going to come next, because they're writing the story, aren't they? But yeah, I wish I could say. There was, and this is one of the odd things, there was a little bit of information about them in my RPG, but I was asked to remove it. I've reduced that section down to basically a load of unconfirmed rumours and nothing about particular, nothing about anything biological, anything sociological, anything like that. Nothing that really give you an idea what they are. Just basically unconfirmed rumours, vague descriptions of ships, and that's it. The Thargoid thing is something that apparently happened in the dim and distant past, and has been reduced to the legends of things, and they were never ever seen. All that was ever seen was the ships, so they were never seen as a creature themselves. But there is a whole thing about them that is there, and we'll find out over time. But I am really sorry, I can't actually say anything. There's some kind of unofficial fanfiction stuff that you can read that might tide you over until we find something definite out, but it's not accurate. It's, or at least I can't confirm whether it's accurate or not. It's probably the best way of putting it. On the Alioth wiki, it's wiki.alioth.net, and there's some stuff in there which was what fanfiction writers wrote a few years before Elite Dangerous came out. So, jump.
Engaging jump drive.
That'll hopefully do your thing. Pretty much Delta Prime, I'm afraid. If this is 3303, what time frame did the 1984 Elite take place in? That's an easy question. The original Elite is, as far as the lore as was is concerned, was 3125. So nearly 200 years in the past. So it's the equivalent of us having information about the 1800s, of the early 1800s, to a degree of accuracy. Thank you for the follow, Ecuar. Open system map.
System cartography.
Pop.
All.
Close system map.
Leaving map.
Shunk.
Engaging jump.
Yeah, there's very, very few people still alive that were pilots in the 3125 era. I mean, there are ways of keeping yourself alive that long. You can do a relativistic journey, travel at near light speed or portions of light speed for a few years, and you'll skip a little while. Thank you for the follow, Delta Prime 98. I'm glad that my information was useful to you. It's useful enough to you to follow me. It's always a good thing. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm a very different channel to DJTruthsayer. I'm not a big fan of big, talkative, lots of people on chat, lots of people on TeamSpeak type things. This is my time to talk and to do stuff and to follow things. And I do enjoy having a bit of the chat going on, because I love it when the chat's busy. Oh, thank you for the follow, Pilgrim, for the host, sorry. Right, that's every single time I've done a loop of shame now. This is what happens when I talk too much.
All.
Oh, thank you very much. It's very kind of you to say. I'm not DJ, by the way. I won't cry at people saying nice things. I'll just go, yeah, I know, because I'm awesome. So, Earth-like world. Whee. Right. Open galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
Right, where next? Oh god. Hyades sector. GW-W D1-98. Oops. D. Close galaxy map.
Leaving map.
Jump.
Jump.
Yeah, Pilgrim, I don't have any particularly impressive shortcuts or commands set up on here. Like I say, it's a quiet, relaxing Sunday drive stream, normally. No chaos, no mucking about, very little in the way of combat, just usually me chatting while I explore the galaxy and look at pretty things. So, it'll give you a bit of a quiet break from DJ's stream in a while. And like someone said earlier, it's usually fairly short. I usually only do a couple of hours. Occasionally have a bit of a break. This I would let my eyes blow up. Sorry, I do like the red. I actually use the red because it's actually quite relaxing on my eyes. Because I was using quite stark white for a while, but then I had some eye troubles for a while, and I was having eye strain. So this was one of the things that was recommended as being quite relaxing. It was either a sort of middle blue or a red, and I went with the kind of red and yellow theme because I'm quite a communist at heart and I like the Soviet Union colours. So yeah, red and yellow. There you go. Jump.
Preparing for jump.
Thank you for the follow, One Bad Gamer X10. Yeah, it's Monday here as well, but it's Sunday drivers is the concept, not the actual day. Sunday drive is supposed to be a relaxing drive in the country. Open something. Open system map.
System map.
So we're looking for... oh, I think it's going to be that one, isn't it? Probably them two. Yeah, so 2 first is the most expensive one. No, that one. Closed system map.
Exiting map.
Yeah, let's not fly that close to the sun. What I need to actually do, rather than going full tilt, let's go at the proper speed. I'm just going to go back through the thing. Oh, Mr. Commander Spooky's follow ones. So I have a full funeral for myself and have drinks. Yay! It's always the best way to have a funeral. Should always have drinks at a funeral. Speaking of drinks, I was away this weekend. I went to Coventry this weekend. Coventry, England, that is, not Coventry anywhere else. So there's bound to be several in America. Seeing as you Americans keep nicking our country names, city names, town names, people names. Why you? And while I was at the pub there, the little hotel we were in, I was recommended a rum. Now, I'm not much of a rum drinker. I do enjoy the dark rum and coke now and again. but I'm not a big fan of drinking it straight. However, the guy at the bar recommended a rum called Kraken Dark Spiced, and it's very nice. I can recommend it heartily. So much so that I went and bought a bottle today. So me and Mrs. Selezen will be doing some drinking later on a school night as well, because it relaxes you and it's good for you. Apparently, rum's good for you. Hot MC Fisting 123. Okay, that's not a name I particularly want to think more about. Thank you very much. See, this is the difference between DJ's stream and mine. On my stream you get the personal touch, the personal comments. Hopefully not personal as in a bad way, but personal in that I'll point you out and you'll get a little bit of attention. Whereas on DJ's stream you probably do kind of fade into the background sometimes a bit, because he's so damn popular. Me and my 5 normal viewers. I can't cope or compete. Open system map.
System cartography.
So it's planet 1 we want now, which is a high metal content. Closed system map.
Closing map.
Ooh, that was a bit weird. Yay, Garzini! And we get moving pictures. Or is that because DJ doesn't actually wander around? He does more. DJ's more of a podcaster, isn't he, than a streamer? He kind of podcasts while playing the game. The majority of the time, from what I've seen, anyway. So obviously the streams that I've been part of have been basically parked and then interviewing someone, whether it be me or anyone else. Yes, Marco Polo it is. It's the second version, the version 2. Now the version 3 is imminent apparently, which is quite exciting. Because it's wireless! I don't have to wear this damn thing coming off the side of my head, looking like a bloody cyborg. I must admit, I'm actually contemplating getting a magnet implanted into my skull so that I can just magnet it onto the top of my head. Is it expensive? The one I'm wearing was 25 quid. So compared to all the other things out there, no, it's not expensive at all. Apparently the wireless one may be a little bit more expensive, maybe pushing it to 35 or 40, I don't know. They have said it'll be a little bit more expensive. But to be honest, given the fact that it's a good whack cheaper than any other head tracker out there, it's well worth the price, and it's very good. It has a bit of drift. That's the only thing wrong with it, is that it has a little bit of drift. But that's why you'll maybe see me doing this now and again. That's just me recentering it. I'm not sure it's an official thing that works, but it seems to work for me. So, but you'll find if you go to the extents on it, I don't know if it's drivers or if it's just me. But if you go to the extents on it, it'll actually lose its tracking, and it looks like going ba-doink, 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 which isn't healthy. It doesn't help you look out your spaceship either. Not something I'd want to happen in the middle of combat, put it that way. Open galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
So next we have Hyades sector. Sorry, I just realised I'm right up against the microphone there. MX-S B4-5. Boop. Boop. Close galaxy map.
Leaving map.
Jump.
Jumping to light speed.
Yeah, that's what I need to do to stop it from drifting. It just goes. Sometimes it just starts drifting off centre, like that. A bit slower than that. I just wish there was. I keep trying to get the auto center thing to work, but I can't get it to work on the keyboard. And I've tried mapping buttons to it and everything through the control panel application for it. Doesn't seem to want to work. It's a bit of a bugger. That's pretty much it, One Bad Gamer. As I said, I think having the list of planets to go to, having the actual road mapped out for you is a little bit cheeky. Not cheaty, cheeky, because it means you're not having to do the work. But that's one of the things the community can help you with is, you know, if you're struggling to do things, you're struggling to speed up. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Navlock engaged.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Reboot universe. Redo from start. Out of cheese error. My emotions. Alright, let's try this again then. Yeah, so it's a little bit cheeky having the road all mapped out for you, but if the community can provide something that's going to make it easier for casual gamers like me, because I have a full-time job, unlike certain other people who gazump my streaming time, and kind of have to kind of fit these into one day a week. So I don't have the time to spend gallivanting around and doing combat missions and spending whole months wandering about. I only get a few hours to play a week, and it means that I'm kind of dragging behind. So I mean, everybody that I started this with, all of my peers in this game, if you like, have all kind of got to the billions and billions of credit stage where they've got every ship they want fully kitted out, A-spec'd, anacondas, and enough money to buy any new ship that comes out, up to and including a Majestic class interdictor, no doubt. We're back! So I'm still in B45, aren't I? God damn it. Boost.
Boost.
Boing! Yay. Open galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
In a day? Well, in theory, I mean, I'm on system 23. If you were playing like for an entire day, it's taken me 4 hours to get to system number 25 out of 290. Is it 190 or 290? It's only 290 anyway. So I would say that you could probably do the entire list in one day if you sat there for 8 hours and played through it. You might get maybe 2 days. You'd probably make about 500 million if all the stories are right about how much you can make on this. So apparently you can make 1 or 2 billion. So if you're only playing it for a few hours, you can probably make a good few million just in a few hours. If you play 8 hours in a day, about maybe get a million. Sorry, maybe get half a billion. If you play 16 hours a day because you really don't have a job or a life or a wife or anything, then you can probably do the whole thing in one day. It is quite lucrative apparently. So no doubt it'll get slammed on at some point. Hiya, these sector MX-S B4-5. Am I actually in the right system? Oh, I am. Alright. Close galaxy map.
Exiting map.
Open system map.
System map.
Haven't exploded yet, have I? So it'll be empty. Close system map.
Leaving map.
Open galaxy. Open system map.
System cartography.
So we are looking at. You're done. You're done. A4. That one. Close system map.
Exiting map.
Oh, there you go. The QDZP. 24 million from 52 systems. So if I've only done 25 systems at this point in time, roughly, then I'm looking at sitting on a cool 12 million at this point in time. Jump.
Engaging jump.
ships normally cost? Well, anything from 24,000 credits for a Sidewinder, all the way up to something on the order, I think it's 150 million for something like a Corvette. I'm not sure offhand. I could consult the RPG's price list and give you a rough idea. What ship in particular, One Bad Gamer? Well, that's it. I think, yeah, 220 million for the cutter. There you go. So you can get enough to buy all the ships if you do this entire Road to Riches thing. At least buy the ships on their own. You might not be able to kit them all out. Yeah, so I've got the Federal Corvette in my RPG costs 187 million, 188 million. So the cutter is 220 million. So there you go. Space Turtle TV, cool name. Wow, that's pretty cool. I mentioned that's twice I mentioned the RPG, and twice that message has come up on the chat. It's almost like it's listening to me. Community goals, One Bad Gamer, are a good way of making quick credits. You can make a shed load. It's not as quick, but it doesn't involve a lot of work. If you can do enough work to get yourself into the top tier of a community goal, say by killing enough people or shooting enough asteroids and getting enough minerals, getting enough cargo, transferring enough trade to a particular place, so you could use that method to do it. This, if it works out the way it's meant to work out, is probably the quickest way of doing it, I think. Can't think of a way that would be as quick as this. Honestly, if I've done, this is my third stream doing this, I've done 3 hours so far. If we count this stream, that's another hour on top of that. So that's, say, 4 hours to get to 21 planets. So we're talking probably about 40 hours. 40 hours of actual work, depending on how far each transit is. And you can get something on the order of 1 billion. That's not bad going. If you're lucky enough to go the exploration route just out in the galaxy and hit a few decent places, you can probably do okay. But I don't actually know. As I say, it's not really. This is pretty much the only legitimate way I can think of to do this quick. So there you go. Fuel, what about it? You fit yourself a decent fuel scoop and sun skim all the way. The good thing about doing this kind of exploration route, where you're specifically looking for Earth-like worlds or water worlds, is that they're generally around yellow stars. So you'll find that most of the places you're actually going will let you refuel there. So as long as you stick a fuel scoop on, you're fine. You can throttle it down a bit if you want to watch it in low res. You can tell Twitch to stream it down to 480 or something. Thank you for the follow, MDHREM. Yeah, one bad gamer. That's one point with this game, is that science helps. Science, your friend forever. Oh dear. You can see why my streams aren't very long. Whoever it was that said my streams are quite short. I prefer short streams. I think I would call, I mean, obviously because I put most of my stuff onto YouTube as well, I would class a 2.5 hour stream as being quite long for YouTubing, that kind of thing. E3, open system map.
System map.
Doop, doop.
Preparing for jump.
Close system map.
Leaving map.
After you've done this run, can you... Oh yeah, you can do it as many times as you like, apparently. This is one of the things about the game, is that there's quite a lot of the systems that no matter how often you've explored them, they'll still come up as being unexplored. So you'll still have the chance to zap them, or honk them, whatever you want to call it. Open galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
Okay, that's them done. There's another system out the way. Back to a HIP system again. HIP 22688. Bit of a hike, that one. Close galaxy map.
Closing map.
Let's double check it is 22688. Yep. Just as I'm running my stream in the background, it's going to be eating my bandwidth as well. Get rid of that. Jump.
Engaging jump drive.
So for those of you that are aware of what it is that I do, other than stream, I'm writing an RPG, the Elite Encounters RPG, not the ED RPG, which is the Elite Dangerous RPG. That's a different game. My game was part of the original Kickstarter for Elite Dangerous back in the day, but it's just taken me a bloody long time to write. But yeah, it's getting there, it's almost done. I handed in the second draft. And for those of you who watch the stream or listen to the stream or whatever on a regular basis and try and find out information about that game, I contacted Frontier today to find out what was happening with the read-through and the edits from Michael and the team. And I'm glad to say that a few of you have asked whether or not Mike will still be doing the EERPG, the Elite Encounters RPG's read-through and editing. And I have confirmed today that yes, he will be finishing that job before he moves on to his new project. And I spoke to Janesta, who's head of the licensing and publication arm of Frontier at the moment, who said that Mike has finished the read-through and he has his comments are on board, and Janesta's given it a once-over before she sends it on to me. So I'm hoping to receive that tomorrow, or within at least the next couple of days. So that'll mean the second round of the second round of editing will take place then, and I'm hoping beyond hope that it's not a comprehensive rewrite like it was the last time. Because of the nature of desktop publishing, it means that I'll probably have a fair bit of reformatting to do with the book, no matter what kind of happens, unless I can pad some bits out that get taken out or balance it all out. But that's the bit I'm not really looking forward to. But I'm hoping beyond hope it's not going to be a comprehensive kind of rewrite, or there's going to be some fundamental flaws, content that I need to remove, or things that don't work or anything like that in the book. I'm hoping that my submission has met with some approval, because I'll be honest, I'm quite pleased with it. I'm quite proud of it at the moment. So I'm hoping it's going to meet with some approval, shall we say. Jump.
Engaging jump.
Just realised I'm supposed to be jumping, not bloody flying to a planet. Good. A little bit unhealthy. Would chuffed be a word to decide your... Yes, chuffed would be a good word. Very good word. We'll call that word of the week. I am chuffed with it. I think it looks really nice. I think it's... I know I'm blowing my own trumpet, but I think it reads well. I think it looks good. I think the layout's nice. It is fairly easy to read. I've tried not to be too technical or too long-winded with stuff, and that was one good thing that did come out of the editing process, was that I did manage to keep some of that stuff, to get rid of some of the fluff and crap that I'd written. It was a bit wordy in places, I will admit. Good points were made about that. So yeah, good stuff, hopefully. So I'll give you a bit of a preview. There's a page. Yeah, that's what it looks like. I don't remember saying jump. Odd. I don't have to travel 300 light years from the engineer from metal alloy. This game is 300 light years, that's nothing. That's what, 10 jumps for your average properly equipped ship? Jump scoop, jump scoop, jump scoop, damn quick, don't let it finish you. Run away. Run away! Open system map.
System map.
Where are we going here? We are going to A4. Everything's on A, that's good. So let's grab the Earth-like first. Sorry, the water world. Close system map.
Closing map.
The 200 light year select the wrong system. Dull. I'm assuming that Pobolicum is the way that you pronounce your name there. Pobolicum. How long does it take to get back? What, after done the road to riches? No time whatsoever, because it's all around the bubble. It's just it's in the rough area. I don't think any of the planets are more than 2,000 light years away from the bubble. If that. Because they're all fairly centrally located. They're close in, so. I think the theory is that if you go around the entire list, it'll roughly take you back to where you started, which is only a couple hundred light years away from civilized space, and hopefully one jump away from a system you can go and trade it all in. Probably could. It's Welsh, isn't it? It just seems Welsh. Obviously the easy way to tell is Cum, CY, CWM is the same as the first three letters of Cymru. So so. Open system map.
System cartography.
2, then 3. Close system map.
Leaving map.
I think one bad gamer's quite excited by the road to riches now. Which is good, because I mean, if doing this stream makes one person happier playing the game and gives one person a way to get some achievement in the game, then I'm serving my purpose. That's why I like doing these streams. I like doing the interaction, I like helping people with the game, I just like having fun while I'm playing a game that I like playing. And I'm not like your average kind of... I'm not going to say streamer, because I'm not an average... streamers are all kind of the same. We're all there for the fun in the game and having a lot of fun doing it and helping people play it and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not like your average player, or the more vocal player at the minute, which seems to be moaning about everything and get pissed off that the content isn't what we want, or things aren't moving quick enough, or blah de blah de blah. If I'm not getting what I want, if the updates aren't coming out that I want, like if we're getting power play bag of wank... Sorry, I had a bit of a cough there. When I cough, it sounds like I say bag of wank. Then I'll just play the game that I want to play. People say, oh, I'm bored of this game, fed up with this game, don't want to play this game, I thought it was a combat game, I thought it was this, I thought it was that. Well, it's not. It's blaze your own trail, find the bit that you want to play in the game and play it. If you don't like it, don't play it. Almost look ashamed. Almost. That was a loop of correction. Yay! Open system map.
System map.
Boop. Boop. Close system map.
Closing map.
We discussed a new pilot last night was the game doesn't give a shit about you when you start. There's no hand holding, and if you die it really doesn't care. You have to make your own voyage out of it, and that's a proper sandbox. Bang on. Absolutely bang on, mate. A2, A3, A4. Right, that's all the important ones done. Hello, shiny planet that I can't land on. Right, that's another system done. Paste. 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 Open system map.
System cartography.
Damn it. Close system map. Close system map.
Exiting map.
Open galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
Next, HIP 22350. HIP 22350. Close system map.
Exiting map.
Close map.
Closing map.
Close map.
Leaving map.
Jump.
Jumping to light speed.
Nice little coruscation there. Quite nice.
Scanning planet.
Anyone else by the RPG? Hopefully I can win my group of traveller. Hopefully very soon. Like I say, I'm waiting on word back from Michael and Frontier about rewrites or edits that they want doing for the third draft. And I'm hoping once I've done that, it'll be finished and I'll be able to get it out there. So if that comes in tomorrow, then hopefully I can spend a couple of weeks. Hopefully it's just a couple of weeks. Hopefully it's not going to be a comprehensive remove 50,000 words bollocks. Take all these graphics out, reformat all that stuff. This bit you're not allowed to say, this bit you're not allowed to say. That whole paragraph needs to go, your entire background section needs to get reduced, your whole Thargoid bit needs to go away. Don't mention Galcop, don't mention Elite, don't mention anything to do with anybody. So the 5-page pamphlet will come out in about August. Yeah, I'm hoping that the next edit isn't going to be particularly comprehensive and it's just going to be trying to get it finished and get it ready for release. I'll be honest, I mean, I've started reading Drew Wagar's Premonition book, and there's quite a lot of stuff in that I was asked to take out of mine. So I'm actually hoping that that's an indicator that they're not being particularly Machiavellian about what they want to do with it. Open system map.
System map.
Which will mean that in theory it's not going to be a particularly huge rewrite to get anything done. And if that's the case, I'm hoping a couple of weeks will be finished. Then I can submit it back to get approved, and then I can do the cover, and then I can get it out. So I'm hoping end of the month. I'm hoping. I'm hoping it'll be. Yeah, hopefully within the next couple of months. I'm definitely thinking it's going to be out by Fantasticon. I want to sell it at Fantasticon. I want to properly have a stall where I can sell the bloody thing after 4 years. I just want to get it out. I just want to be able to give it to the people that paid for it and say it's done, and then start shipping the rest of the shit out that I said I was going to send. It's not shit. It's good. It's good shit. It's good shit, man. If it isn't comprehensive, but the size of 5e, then. Well, if it isn't a comprehensive edit, if it's just corrections and edits and a few bits and pieces, then we're looking at about 300 pages. I think it's 306 pages at the moment without covers. Twisted 90! Thanks for the follow. Can't speak anymore. A6. It's that one. Closed system map.
Closing map.
It's right there, look. That's handy. I don't know how big 5e is. I take it you mean D&D 5th edition, not Warhammer 5th edition. I bought, oh god, talk about jealous pants. I bought Warhammer 40,000's 8th edition today, not today, last week. A week before last now, actually, thinking about it, it's Monday now, isn't it? A week before last, payday, basically. Oh my god. Oh my freaking god. It is a thing of beauty. 400 pages, roughly, maybe more, I can't remember, of graphic awesomeness, and 160 pages of background material alone, and 12 pages of rules, which is basically kind of the way that my one was until they cut 60 of those pages out. I've been kind of asking for permission from Frontier to do a quick start guide pamphlet type booklet thing, but to be honest, I'm actually hoping that if the comments come back and they're quite good and there's not a lot to do, it wouldn't be productive to do that. It'd be more productive to just do the edits and get it out. Open system map.
System cartography.
That worked. Can't believe that worked. A5. That's that one. No, that one. Closed system map.
Leaving map.
Flip. The board game Warhammer. It's not really a board game because it doesn't have a board, but yeah, I think you probably know what I mean. The tabletop war game, to give it its proper title. One of the reasons I'm chuffed about the RPG is that I've actually, with the help of a friend, Colin Ford, who you may know as Phoenix Defier on streaming terms or YouTube videos, give me a hand with it, with the miniatures rules section, or he called it a miniatures rules. It's called the vehicle combat system, and it's a visualization of how to do combat with vehicles in the game. And it's kind of a board game, kind of a miniatures tabletop thing, but it fits in with the RPG rules and can be used to visualize events in the actual RPG as a narrative session goes ahead. And I'm quite proud of them because I've managed to integrate that into the game really well, and it looks graphically awesome. They've been able to put elements of print and play into an RPG. Print and play, if you don't know, is one of these concepts where you get templates or sheets that you can print out or photocopy, and make your own game out of the parts that you're provided with. Card modelling, paper modelling, that kind of stuff. Open system map.
System map.
It's pretty good, and I'm quite pleased with that because it seems to be working quite well. So BC2, that one, BC 2 or 3. BC2. BC2. Closed system map.
Closing map.
We need someone to mod Star Trek Attack Wing or Star Wars X-Wing Minis game to Elite. Well, believe it or not, it's already been done. I'm going to tell a bit of a story here. I'm sure Colin won't mind because I think most people know the story anyway. The Elite miniatures game that Colin tried to design, that we've kind of collaborated on bits and pieces of, originally he designed it as a mod to the X-Wing Minis game. It used the same templates, the same stats, the same ideas, the same movement, the same rolls, the same dice, everything. It was literally a mod. And he played it, and he played it, and he tested it, and he tested it, and he got it working, and it was amazing. It was awesome. It was great. And then Fantasy Flight Games wouldn't give him the fucking license. Bastards. So that kind of pissed him off. So the rules are there. Colin has got a set of rules, I think written down. I'm not sure if he's written them down or if he's just kept them in his head while he was playtesting it, but I would assume he's a meticulous kind of guy, a bit like me. He's probably written them down. So the mod is there. It's usable, it's playable, it's fun. It's been played at 3 or 4 conventions. I'm sure it will remain there, but it'll never see the light of day because Fantasy Flight won't let him have a license. I don't know why. Elite's a fairly big franchise. It's doing fairly well in the computer gaming industry now. So I don't know. I don't know why not, but they're not going to do it. So what you'll see in the RPG, the vehicle combat system in the RPG, is an amalgamation of some of the concepts that Colin had for his game, meshed with the RPG system and the stuff that I've done for my games. So it's kind of one thing we have kind of gone with from it was we've kept the 4cm bases, because it's much easier to have square 4cm bases than it was to have hexagonal 1-inch bases, which was my idea for the RPG. The reason I went with it is because, one, if you're doing print and play games, a square is much easier to print out and much easier to cut out than a hexagon. And two, the 4cm size is much better than a 1-inch size because you get much more detail on the ships. So yeah, that's pretty much the only holdover rules-wise from it, because the rest of it is very, very custom. Battletech was hexagonal, yes. Hex grids were used for Battletech and for the original FASA Star Trek role-playing game, Starship Combat Simulator. And that was actually the FASA again. FASA used Battletech. Sorry, Battletech's FASA, and so does the original Star Trek game. And it was the original Star Trek game that I cut my gaming teeth on as a tabletop gamer. Open system map.
System cartography.
I can't stand the Starfleet games. Starfleet Battles. Are you talking about Starfleet Battles or a different Starfleet game? where we go next? We are going to BC1. Close system map. Close system map.
Leaving map.
Boop. If you're talking about Starfleet battles, then way back when not when it first came out, but a couple of years after it first came out, I got a starter pack for it from a place called Vene Vidi Vici in Nottingham. I don't know if I'd love it if it was still there, but I don't know if it's still there. And I absolutely hated it. I thought it was cheap, I thought it was overly complicated, I thought it was ridiculously bad, long-winded, overly technical, complex mechanics, complex maths going into it, and it just looked horrible. It looked, you look at a character sheet, or sorry, you look at a ship sheet and you look at all the different boxes and grids, and I thought the FASA one was bad, because the FASA one was fairly technical, but the Starfleet Battles game was ridiculously technical in its concept. I just thought it was bad. I honestly just thought it was really bad. Open Galaxy map.
Stellar cartography. Just think of all those places, those faraway, unreachable corners of the galaxy, the uncharted areas of space.
Oh, I love that man's voice. He could talk me to sleep any night. 20815. Oops. 815. Close system map.
Exiting map.
Close system map.
Closing map.
Jump.
Jumping.
Call to arms Starfleet. Not heard of it. To the internet. Yeah, it's Starfleet Battles. Yeah, so nah. Amarillo Game Design, Amarillo Design Studio, whatever they're called. No, that's Starfleet Battles. No, don't like it. Don't like it. It's rubbish. Jump.
Jump.
So 213. This is the order we will go in. Oh, hang on. Joint venture with Mongoose. That's different. So essentially it's using the same system that Mongoose used for their Babylon 5 games, by the sound of it. And the Babylon 5 games were actually okay. I actually still have my friend's copy of it sitting on the bookshelf waiting for him to pick the bloody thing up when he comes back. He let me borrow it and then he moved to Peterborough. Northampton, sorry. And he said he'd come and pick it up, and he hasn't yet. but then he very rarely comes back. Oh, it's bright. Lordy, lordy. So 312. Open system map.
System map.
3. Close system map.
Exiting map.
The novelty wore off. That's the thing with some of these games, the novelty does tend to wear off after a while. It's a very fleeting thing, the tabletop gaming world. It's one of the things that has been quite... Oh dear, I'm sorry, I've been sitting too long. I'm not meant to sit longer than an hour. Oh.
All.
Shut up. One thing I'm quite aware of with the RPG that I'm writing is that it's a one-off. It's probably not going to have a second edition unless it sells bloody well. And Frontier say it's okay to do a second edition, which would be great, to be honest. I think that would be amazing. Does my ship have a crack in it? But one of the things that's making it so difficult, or has made it so difficult to get it written and finalised, is that I'm aware that if I'm not able to write any additions to it, or any supplements to it, or any second editions to it, will it stand on its own as something that people can come back to and play? I know people still play like the original White Wolf games, like Vampire the Masquerade and things like that. Oops. Because they prefer that system to the new World of Darkness stuff. Or people will still play Advanced Dungeons and Dragons 2nd edition, even though there's 5 editions of it out now. People still play 2nd edition Blood Bowl or stuff like that, because they prefer the way it plays or the way it looks, or they prefer the miniatures or the board. In 2nd edition Blood Bowl, for example, has got a polystyrene board that looks like proper mud. You paint it brown, you've got a proper thing. Thank you for the follow, Nixard. Appreciate it very much. Open system map.
System cartography.
3, 1.
Selecting Wingman 1.
Close system map.
Leaving map.
Yeah, so that's what's worrying me, is that if this is to be a one-off thing, if I don't get a deal to do a second edition or a rewrite or any kind of appendix, then it'd be nice for it to stand on its own. Will it stand the test of time? Will it be replayable? Will it have the replay value that people will come back to and want to play it again and again and again? I'd kind of like it to. I'd kind of like it to. So as I say, that's one of the things that's kind of gone through my head and through my head and through my head the whole time of developing it. And I hope I've achieved something that's easy to play, that's self-contained, that's fun to play, and provides a good simple system that you can get into quickly. Would be a good introduction to role-playing games. That's kind of I've kind of gone for the introductory level, but with things that advanced gamers can maybe get their teeth into and expand on as they feel. So I know that tabletop games and RPGs and so on tend to be kind of the starting point for people's gaming. They tend to be modified, and house rules get used, and they may take some of it and cast it aside and use something else that they work better. But I'm hoping that by giving it a simple and easy to play cast, that it's going to be easy to continue with and play. And once it's in your head, it won't get out your head again. So yeah, break and play one. What ship am I flying at the moment? I'm flying the trusty Asp Explorer 1,000,000 to 1 chance. Wait, I'll give you a look. There she is. Motion sickness, anyone? Dizzy now. Open system map.
System cartography.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, Pale Gringo. Just let me get you a better son. Good grief, that's a big name. Emma, Craig, Jordan, and Dylan. Thank you for the follow, all of you. Good God. Closed system map.
Exiting map.
That's a lot of names. Are you all of you sitting watching that? Sitting watching this? All 4 of you. Emma, Craig, Jordan, Dylan. Don't know where I got the and from. Just made up letters there. But yes, thank you for the follow, all of you. I assume you're some kind of family and not a gestalt entity of 4 different people joined into one. One huge body with 4 heads sticking out of it like a hydra. That's just disturbing. PC guy 1000 put on the sun lotion. I think I've lost the tracking a bit there. It's gone a bit bouncy. Okay, I'm going to have to recalibrate the headset. Sorry, I'm going to sec. So we're going to go oddly still. Yeah, auto bias it again. There we go. Oops. What a world! Yay! Open galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
Paste. Paste. Paste.
Thrusters full burn.
No, I never said that. 20130. Boop. HIP 20130. Close system map.
Closing
Fuck's
map.
sake. Close system map. Thank you for the
Leaving
follow,
map.
7 Cruzito. And Philippar's back again. He's back, he's forward, he's back, he's forward, he's up, he's down, he's left, he's right. He's up, he's down, just like a prostitute's horse. Jump.
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 Engaging jump drive.
I just thought, I bought a new suit, didn't I? I want to try my new suit on. Now the lovely people on DJ's chat last week fixed my mouse controls. Oh, I bought a new suit, I'm sure I did. Vibrant. Flat collar. Ascendant. Ooh, there it is. Oh yeah. But even better than that is, oh yeah. Oh yeah. I bought that. Wait a minute, no, I bought that. Didn't I? Oh no, I didn't buy it. I thought I bought it. So what else did I buy? Oh no, because it's got 0. That's the one I'm currently wearing. Didn't buy that, didn't buy that. Is that the one I bought? No, it's not. Which one did I buy? I could have sworn I bought a suit, unless I need to go to a station to put it on. Jump.
Preparing for jump.
Yay! So, have you not actually played it yet, Philip? Have you not? Is this your introduction to it, as it were? It's gone slow again. They won't spend 20 to 30 quid on a small fleet of ships, but they'll throw $1,000 at Games Workshop for a new 40k army of a new bit. Oh god. Oh, novelty wore off at the club. Right, got, no, the novelty didn't wear off for you, but it wore off at the club. Yeah, well, that's, yeah, like I said, that's generally the way it goes. It sucks. Actually, one of the reasons why I've not been that keen on joining that kind of gaming club in Derby, because I would rather play with people that I know. People that are going to make the investment to play a game are going to play it. But if you play it at a club where it's just loads of stuff available, then they're going to do that. Open system map.
System map.
If I remember, oh, there's only one planet. Ooh, 2 suns and a planet. That's interesting. That actually means then that so they orbit each other, and then that planet orbits the sun. Nice. That means that Morton Mart is not the only one that has this arrangement. Yay! Close system map.
Exiting map.
Had it on the PC for a few years and just got on PS4, but so disheartened when my 23-year-old Amstrad. Oh no! No! That's pretty sucky. E-Cute. That's a good name. E-Cute. It's like an e-book but cuter. Or is it Ecotech? Which is French, you know. Couldn't tell you what for, but it's French. I maybe missed it, Phil, because quite a lot of... I'm used to a chat room that's got 4 people on it, so it's pretty slow usually, pretty slow in scrolling up. But with how many of you are currently still in there? When everybody flopped on earlier, it was quite difficult to try and keep track of who was on and who wasn't. Oh, good lord. There's some people on there, holy crap. Yeah, I'm intimidated now. So of course, out of interest, we have to check the community site to see where we are in the listings. Just for the sake of it, because I always do. Oops, that's not how you spell community, that's how you spell the wrong word. Do. Oh yeah. Fluffy godness! Oh no, that's another fluffy person. Got Fluffy Bun is on here, and now we've got Fluffy Godness. Yay! Steam summer sale's about to end, so I decided to see what the game's all about. I may be buying it, so your channel was my pick. That's dead exciting. Thank you. That actually is more satisfying than someone following, because someone choosing to use this channel as their route into the game to buy it is pretty big responsibility. I'm currently a frontier salesman. So if there's anything you want to know, Vedman, anything you want to know at all, then give me a shout and let me know, and I'll answer your questions. I hope you enjoy what you see. I'm just going to blow my own trumpet a little bit, because thanks to DJTruthsayer, I'm in no way saying that this is entirely down to me, but I currently have 91 viewers, and apparently that makes me the top Elite Dangerous streamer this evening. So thank you. Round of applause for you guys. It's not very often I get to that point, so thank you. Very much appreciated. Again, thank you for all the follows. I do this to reach people and let people watch this game, and I hope that having more followers means that more people know I'm playing, which means that more people are seeing it, more people will see them. It'll put me up the list of people who are. It puts me up the list of people who can see. No, I'll start that sentence again. It puts me up the list of streamers. More yep, fnoob, flipping egg. Yeah, I think Vedman's honour of letting me be his viewed streamer. Nope, dictionary fail. I'm going to stop talking now. I'm intimidated by being a salesman now. Yeah, you guys following and watching the channel, so obviously you guys follow means that you get a notification that I come online. That means that if you choose to watch, that means that more people are watching the channel, which means that I go up the ratings for people, for the streams that are being watched, which means I'm nearer the top of the list, so people are more likely to click on it and have a watch, which means more viewers, which means more people, which means more people get to see the stuff, which means I get to expose this game to more people, which is what I'm doing it for. Why was that so hard? Wow. But yes, Vedmon. Yeah, this game is all about space flight, space trading, exploring, looking at pretty things in space. There's some stories, there's some aliens out there waiting to kick your ass, and we're hopefully going to kick their ass back at some point. So yeah, I'm gonna just do something quickly there. Hang on. I'll press that button. Jubilee Water World. See, look, Vedmon, this is, if you like pretty space stuff, realistic pretty space stuff, I will add, then this is your game. Apart from when the bloody screens get in the way. Wait. Yay. Yeah, this is a open world sandbox, or open galaxy sandbox trading game. A sandbox, space flight, space exploration, space trading, space combat, space mining, space, basically all over the space. Blaze your own trail, do what you want to do, buy your own ship. Let me show you the ship. Join.
Oh.
This is a spaceship. This is one of the many spaceships you can buy and fly in the game. You start off with a very small Sidewinder ship, which is just a little fighter craft. This is an exploration ship. It's kind of middle of the range, not particularly expensive. You could get one of these within a few months of playing. In fact, no, I wouldn't even say that. A few weeks. If you do the right things and get the right information, you can probably do this in a few days, actually. So yeah. This is the Asp Explorer. So there you go. That's how pretty the thing is. Open galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
Yeah, and you can buy little cars and drive around on the surface of planets. At the moment, only rocky planets that aren't particularly feature rich, but you can mine them, you can break things up on them, you can find stuff on them, you can drive around, you can fly through craters, you can do quite a lot. Only at one particular kind of planet at the moment. Right, next stop will be HIP 1979-3. HIP 19793. Boop. Close system map. Bugger.
Leaving map.
Close system map.
Closing map.
Jump.
Jumping to light speed.
ZX Shadow Wolf, hello, welcome to the stream. Good evening to you. So Vedmon, if you have any questions, by all means, stick them in the chat. Let me know. And either myself or my esteemed colleagues will answer your questions. Cheerio, Pobblycum. 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 I like that, I like the sound of that. Thank you for the follow, ZX Shadow Wolf. Although I have to admit, I thought you followed me already. But never mind, that's fine. Open system map.
System map.
Thanks for watching, Pobblycum. And I'll see you soon. I think this one's going to be a fair distance to travel. Oh no, AB1. So... that one. Close system map.
Exiting map.
Ah, well, welcome to the stream then. I hope you enjoy it. It's not as talky as DJ's stream. I tend to talk and play at the same time, so you've got stuff to watch, and you can always mute me if you find me boring. Duck Called Dan, good name. Not as good as Nano Ninja, but pretty good. I like that. Welcome to the stream and thank you for the follow. Ooh, harsh. Yeah, for anybody who's joined after the description at the start of the stream, this is I'm doing the Road to Riches, which is a published route around pretty much, I think, the outskirts of the core, where there's lots of unexplored systems with Earth-like worlds and water worlds and the quite high-income exploration targets that you can get, even if they aren't first time explored, first time found. That's it. You still get a fair whack of money off them, and by doing this route you can get pots and pots of cash apparently in a very short amount of time comparatively. What I was trying to do before was explore the galaxy, go around the galaxy, like go all the way around the outskirts or the middle bit, and basically all the way around the core, all the way around the middle of the galaxy, so about half distance round, and it wasn't making me all that much money. I came back to the core to do a bit of a mission, traded in my credits, and got really quite little for the amount of time that I'd spent. So I asked if there was anything I could do, and yeah, there was, and there was the Road to Riches. This, if you follow all 200 odd planets, all 200 odd systems, and scan the right things in it, you can make upwards of $1 billion in credits. Open system map.
System cartography.
Duck Called Dan. Just started playing yesterday. Wow. Welcome to the game then, mate. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you are enjoying it. So what we're looking for now, we've done AB1, so now it's C9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. Close system map.
Leaving map.
Yeah, DJTruthsayer streams are awesome. For about 5 minutes. Ah. I'm only kidding. Yeah, I'm probably preaching the converted because I think most of you are probably already aware of DJTruthsayer streams. But if you're not, if you've popped in here on the off chance because obviously I'm at the top of the list on streamers tonight, which means I've probably got more viewers coming in as ClickFest. Just, oh, there's someone who's top of the list, let's watch what he's like, which is quite intimidating. Then, if you're not aware, DJTruthsayer is competing with me for streaming time on a Monday, shall we say, and he's graciously allowed me to take over 2 hours of his Monday streams, which is every other week. But I'll be streaming every Monday anyway. It's just that DJTruthsayer will host me on a Monday as well. But he's an awesome guy. Very exuberant, very involved in the Elite community. Does loads of great stuff on his streams. He's trying to be a lore master, but he's not very good at it. Troll. Yeah, but if you want some chat, I think I would describe DJ's stream as different to mine. I play the game and do a bit of talking about stuff that's going on. I sometimes talk about stuff that's going on in the Elite community as well, but tonight we spent quite a lot of time talking about the actual just game more than anything else, and various stuff going on, and some RPG stuff and some role-playing stuff and tabletop gaming stuff as well. So, but DJ's stream is more of a podcast where you don't really fly around the game as much, but you see some of the scenery that it has to offer, and essentially just talk about stuff. So they are doing a bit of storytelling at the moment, as he's been talking about in the chat there. They have declared war on Sirius Corp, which is the Sirius Corporation in-game who invented the hyperdrives. Google my house. Good name. I don't want to Google your house. That's stalking. That's creepy. I don't want to do that. Playing on PS4. Yay! Welcome to all the PS4 players as well. A lot of people in the community are saying, "Oh, bloody PS4 console players." Blah, blah, blah. Fuck off, you bastards. PS4 players are awesome. My brother has a PS4. I'm not going to slag my brother off. I have a PS3. I have a wiki. A wiki? Shut up. A Wii. So consoles are consoles. It's a way of playing games. You've got the PC community, the Xbox community, and the PS4 community all coming together in one game, and that's awesome. That's always good. It's always good for the game. It's always good for the community. Expansion is great. Exactly, Pale Grinkle. So yes, I'm very, very happy to welcome PS4 players. I hope you're enjoying it. I take it you probably haven't long bought it and you've not been playing it for long. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. There's loads to do. If you're after like loads and loads of quick action and lots of storylines going on at the same time and all that, not really kind of thing. What you've got is sandbox. Stories do unfold, but they unfold quite slowly because it's a big galaxy. There's a lot to do. And the developers of the game quite rightly have said, let's give people the chance to explore the galaxy for what it is, see it for what it is, muck about, play, expand, level up the character, whatever you want to call it. Get a better ship, get better equipment, get better ranks, that kind of stuff. While all the stories that are going on around them. So there's loads of stuff going on. Check out Galnet. And whatever you want to do. So yeah. It's a good game. There's loads to do. If you get a bit stuck on what to do, then by all means speak to people in chat or go into stream chats or onto the forums. I would avoid the Frontier forums because they can be a bit messy sometimes. But the streamers are always welcome to help. Are always here to help and all that kind of stuff. So go for it. My camera. Well, Duck All Done. I'm using a bit of kit. If you look on the picture there, this bit of kit on here is a head movement tracker called an ED tracker. If you go to edtracker.co.uk, there's a little advert for it, pops up at the bottom of the Twitch window on a rotating banner thing. It's a little cabled, because here's the cable, see? Debris that you put on your head, and as you move your head around, it lets you track around. If you want to look around the exterior of the ship, you can set a control, which I've got set to the little kind of backwards backwards apostrophe key next to the one on my keyboard. If you're watching on a PS4 or playing on a PS4 or an Xbox, you may not have that set up. You will have to go into your controls and actually find the control you've got in there for it, or bind something to it. But it's the external camera view anyway. The camera suite it's called now. But the interior movement on the camera here, or in the cockpit, is the Ed tracker. I don't know whether it will work with the PS4 or any of the consoles, because it needs drivers and so on. That's worth speaking to ED Tracker about if you're interested in doing that kind of thing. Heap of shame. That one done, and that one done. So C8. Open system map. Open system map.
System cartography.
Oh, that's not going to be far away. Close system map.
Closing map.
Selezen, I'm going to be back live in 10 minutes or so, and I'm going to nab you in TS for a bit afterwards. You have to run. I'm not planning on being around for long tonight. I'll pop in for 10 minutes, literally 10 minutes. It'll have to be very quick. So if you've got anything you want to ask me while I'm on there, ask it quick because I'll be buggering off. I'm not hanging around late tonight. I don't usually hang up this stream until about 10:30. So once we've dropped from DJ's hosting, then I'll carry on, and then hopefully pop in for 10 minutes about 10:30 if that's okay. Open galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
Or maybe a little bit earlier. I'll see how things go on this stream, depending on how late I am. But yeah, I'll be around about 10:30, if not a little bit before. Give or take is what I'm trying to say. HIP 1978-9. Close galaxy map.
Leaving map.
Jump.
Engaging jump.
See you, DJ. Thank you for popping in the stream. Thank you for hosting, and thank you for splitting your stream for me. Very much appreciated, mate. Also, thank you for basically meaning that I got to be top streamer for a bit on Frontier site. Look, it doesn't happen very often. I get dead excited when it happens. And yeah, to you guys who have popped in from, oh god, help. To those of you who have popped in to watch the stream tonight and boosted my numbers through the roof tonight, a very, very, very big thank you. I am humbled by your kindness. And the fact that a lot of you are stuck around as well means I'm doing something right. Nope, don't need this system yet. I'll just scan it anyway. Jump.
Jumping.
The Doom Age. I like that name as well. All ships in this game have the same HUD. Yes, they do. It's a standard interface, so that commanders will have no problem adjusting to new ships. System map.
System map.
Annex 1A, thank you for the follow. Very much appreciated, sir. Or madam. Who knows? 6. I'm going to assume that's that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pop. Close system map.
Leaving map.
Are you talking about colours or the actual layout of controls on it, like the windows and so on. So if you mean the colours, no. This is my custom colour. You can customise it. The default HUD comes in slightly, it's an orange colour. If you look at, I don't even think most of this stuff will come up. If you look at the community website at community.elitedangerous.com and the colour scheme that's generally on there, that's roughly what the main things will look like. The cockpits do change, yes, the cockpits are all different. The cockpit layout, the things that remain the same are the HUD displays, they call the holograms you see floating around there, the seat, the control stick, the throttle, but everything else around it is different. So all that stuff. Crap! Noob of extreme shame! I was lucky that didn't end up being an actual faceplant now. And all the ships do, Mage. All the ships have their own layout. The theory is that they all have their own internal layout completely, and it's all customised inside, and it's all been individually designed to be a realistic interpretation of what a ship inside would look like. And the cockpits, yes, they are all different. They are each manufacturer. So this is a Lakon ship, the Lakon Asp Explorer. Lakon ships follow a very similar design to each other, so the cockpit layout is very similar. You've got this kind of bubble canopy thing. I'll show you. Oops. Yeah, so Lakon ships quite often have this kind of extended canopy design, so it's sticking out the front of there. The Type 9 has a rather than being angled like that, like a bubble at the front, it's a flat design. So you've got, say that bottom bit there, that I'm kind of looking in the centre now, it's kind of that way up, so it's quite flat on the front, but it does protrude out from the front of the ship the same as that does. Oh yeah, it does. It looks great. This game's visuals are amazing. Oh, there's a bloody seat under there. I didn't know that. Good God, man! Look, there's a spare seat. What a sneaky bastard put that there. Huh. So yeah. So you've got two seats in there, and yeah, they're all different. You've got ships that have multiple crew members as well. So you've got bridges that have 2 seats, 3 seats. I think the biggest one is 4 seats, but I don't think one of them gets used. One of them's like a spare seat. But the Anaconda has 3 seats. The Imperial Clipper has 3 seats. Oh, they've just added that. Oh. Do you know what? I'm going to have another fucking look at that. Sneaky buggers. Oh, so there is. There it is. Look. Bloody hell. Look at that. Little ladder, nothing. Huh. Wow. That's stunning. That really is stunning. See, that's what I mean. Just keep adding stuff to this game. Just slipping these sneaky little things in. It's 0G, Pale Gringo. 0G. Unless you're on a station, obviously, then yeah, I can see your point. I'm done in this system now. There's only that one. Yeah. 20626. Open galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
HIP 20626. Oh.
All.
Closed system map.
Exiting map.
Closed system map.
Closing map.
There you go. Space legs confirmed. If only. If only pale gringo. Jump.
Engaging jump.
Yeah, Doomage. One of the things that has been on the extended list of things for this game to have is what they're now calling space legs. The ability to get up off your seat, wander about your ship, float around, get off your ship on a planet surface, that kind of thing. It was one of the things that was one of the original selling points of the game. When the Kickstarter came out and the game was being marketed, they actually said yes, at some point you will have the ability to walk around, get up off your chair, walk around your ship and all that kind of stuff. So they spent a lot of time initially developing the interior so that they could be inhabitable and not shit. But sadly they keep on pushing that concept back. And they've said that the first-person perspective area of the game isn't something that's on the immediate horizon. So maybe not the next season, but I think perhaps maybe the season after that they could be looking at it. But no, it's a bit of a shame because it's one of the things that everyone kind of really wants it. I know a lot of us who played Elite in the past and have expected big things from this game are waiting for it. I mean, what's the point of having all this lovely rendering of your own body, all these suits you can use and all the HoloMe stuff if you can't actually get up and use this stuff? So yeah, that's it. You'll float around in space. So they'll have to try and do some kind of physics engine to work out the inertia and all that. So it's a bit funny. You have magnetic boots. See these little weird ass boots that you've got? They've got magnets in them that hold you to the deck plates. Open system map.
System cartography.
There's no anti-grav technology in the Elite universe. Sorry, the Elite Dangerous universe at all. No artificial gravity apart from the mechanical version, i.e. rotational gravity, that kind of stuff. B1. Select. So where are we? 20626, it's just this one. Is Horizon worth it? It is. Horizon is very much worth it. You get planetary landings and the ability to drive around on planets in a little car. You also get a material collection thing. You get access to different surface bases. You get some of the incoming alien technology, like the Thargoid bases and stuff like that. Are all you need Horizons for that because it's all on the planetary surface. So they found an alien base with tunnels that you can drive down and stuff, and you can only get that in Horizons. And if you're into that kind of stuff, the extended kind of alien storyline stuff, then yes, it's very much worth it. You also have access to the engineers and the Guardians. The Guardians being an unknown ancient race that is now extinct but have left messages and technology for us to play with. You have the engineers, who are people who can do fancy smancy things with your ship, like upgrade your stuff if you give them the right stuff, give them the right ingredients. They can basically cook up little recipes that will improve the systems on your ship. And yeah, so Horizons has a lot of content and it is worth getting a hold of it for. Closed system map.
Exiting map.
Ooh, this one's a long way. I'm assuming they are. Honestly, I don't know if that's true or not. You've actually just put a thought in my head that maybe they're not. I don't know. But as far as I was aware, it was supposed to be like an ancient race and ancient technology, and not around anymore. But it could be somewhere. It's a big galaxy after all. Oh no, I'm going to get slapped with the copyright thing. Shit. Oh. I'll have to blank that out now. Editing required. Oh well. Because that Thargoid equipment does not seem to let the Guardian bits and bobs. Well, we don't know how long the Thargoids have been around. Have the Thargoids been around as long as the Guardians have, or longer? Did the Guardians evolve after the Thargoids? are the Guardians called the Guardians because they, when they encountered the Thargoids, they decided to start creating technologies that would protect against the Thargoids. This is the thing. Why are they called the Guardians? But why did they die out? Did they die out because the Thargoids attacked them? A million years ago isn't that long. Did the Guardians make the Thargoids? Interesting. You know, there was a kind of... It's never ever going to happen in Elite Dangerous now, but there was a storyline I was playing with at one point. With the fan fiction I was doing for Elite. Which was the non-human races, or the majority of the non-human races, around the Elite Galaxy were created by the Federation as experiments, and then eventually went off and evolved on their own and took root on planets and made those planets their own. They were kind of created as hybrids to try and find out what would be the best phenotype or genotype to live on these different worlds. And that when they found one that worked, they colonised it with that race. And then over time, those races became independent and self-governing. It was one of the ideas I did play with when there was the potential for those races to still exist in Elite Dangerous, but then that was quickly shunned because obviously the theory was that they didn't exist. And that rumours of these alien sentient species was completely apocryphal. But they live on in Uli, if you want to play something that's modern and really nice. Has anyone tried Evocron Legacy? I've not tried it, but I've seen it on Steam and it does look very good. And it is a very good thing for one guy. It's a hell of an achievement. I think what I'm going to do is I'm either going to make this system the last one, or I'm going to make the next system the last one, because obviously this one's quite a long distance to get to the planet, and the next system is about half the distance again, so it's another 100,000 light years, light seconds, sorry, to get to that planet from the star. So depending on how long this takes, I might actually just leave it at this one. Open system map.
System map.
Yeah, this planet's got a moon, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to explore this, scan it, and then I'm going to jump over here, land, and call it a night. Close system map.
Closing map.
Well, Pilgringo, if you want to kick things around in my head, I can't disavow you of that notion, then feel free. I'm not quite sure I'd want to do that face to face. I'm not entirely sure what you mean. I'll be honest. Things to do with modern development in Elite Dangerous aren't my speciality. I can only really give you theories and ideas. Anything that kind of comes after the first year of Elite Dangerous's existence, they've had a tendency to kind of slide away from a lot of the stuff that I was involved in. I don't know if they've taken a step away from it, or if they've just gone in a different direction from some of it, or if they've taken the root core of it and expanded on it. But I'm not part of the inner circle. I do get bits and pieces of information about certain things, but yeah, if there's anything I can give you any information about, feel free to ask. I'll tell you what I can. Meta alloys in meta drives. Yeah, I'm here every Monday, or most Mondays. The thing to do, anyone who's still watching, who wants to kind of get more notifications about when I'm coming on, I tend to advertise when I'm going to be on Twitter. So if you follow HD Selezen on Twitter, you'll get a notification on a Monday if I am going online. I usually am, as I say, this is my regular stream, and I usually try and say, at least give some warning if I'm going to be online on Twitter, if I'm planning a stream during the day or on a different evening, if I get some time off the family life. So that's HD Selezen, HDSELEZEN on Twitter, and pop me a follow on Facebook as well if you want. It's not a follow on Facebook, is it? Oh, yeah. Well, I'll say that stage. I grew up on the wrong side of the pond from this. I had a computer in 1984, nothing nearly as entertaining as Elite. Ooh, interesting. This is one thing I do enjoy about the community now, is this Elite fandom, up until recently, has always been British, and well, to be honest, there's a huge following in Russia as well. But now with Elite Dangerous and the Steam thing, it's made its way across the pond quite well. So, yep. As Marco Polo says, Shadow Wolf, you can build one yourself, or you can buy a pre-built one. Either or. You pay for the pre-build, obviously. You pay for them to build it for you, but it is a lot easier. I bought mine from a convention. If you're in the UK, then you'll find that LaveCon, which usually happens June, July, next year it'll be early June, I think. ED Tracker usually go to that. I'm not sure if they go to Fantasticon, actually. It's one thing I might actually ask them about this year, is if they're interested in going. But yeah, I bought mine pre-built at a convention. So I'm not really that great with the solder iron, so it's not a great idea for me to be let loose with anything hot. Yeah, anytime. I mean, if you want to pop me a message on Facebook or something, Pale Gringo, you can do that. Patient 00000, thank you for the follow. Interesting name. Patient 0. Zombie apocalypse is here. Yeah, if you pop me a follow on Facebook or a friend request on Facebook or even an instant message on Facebook, I'm Selezen Lake on Facebook, so you can find me there. It should allow you to message me without having to friend me, but I must admit, most of the Elite community conversations I have tend to be on Facebook nowadays. It's the only thing I really use it for. Twitter I use for sending out notifications for streams and Twitch things and things that I'm doing. I think I also push out YouTube notifications for YouTube videos that I post on there as well. So I am going to slow down, ready so I don't loop of shame. It's well worth it, Shadow Wolf. It does. I don't know if it's ideal for a stream sometimes, because obviously I've noticed that when I talk I move my head a lot. I'm very mobile when I'm talking. So it can be a bit positive. It might make you a little bit seasick or a bit distracting if I keep on moving my head around like this. But for playing, I don't actually like playing without it now. I can, because I can use the different keys to do stuff, but I love the fact that you can actually just move your head around and activate a panel. Apart from that one, I like looking between my feet at space and whatever's out there. But yeah, I love being able to look around. But I mean, things like the Oculus Rift and the HTC Vive, if you use them to play this game, it is stunning. Because these cockpits really spring to life. They pop, to use the vernacular of the youngins these days. They really, really look amazing. And you can look all the way around it as well. So you can see the floor, you can turn right around and see the door at the back of it. Oh, paintwash bit crap there. You can look around and see all the bits of the back of the cockpit and all that kind of stuff as well. And when you do the galaxy map, it is stunning because you're actually in the middle of the galaxy with it. But the HD tracker is a good compromise for a budget. If you haven't got £700 to spend on a piece of kit for your computer, then wow.
Selecting Wingman 1.
Silent VR, welcome to the stream. Don't think I recognise your name. Just about to play this game on my Vive for the first time. Any tips? As Marco Polo says, just have fun. Just make sure you've got a secure place to sit, because you will be immersed. You will kind of lose your track of where you are. The first time I put an Oculus Rift on, I was absolutely stunned about the detail, and to be honest, the realism of it as well. It actually felt, because it's rendered quite realistically, it felt quite realistic, and I was actually quite shocked when I tried to put my hand down on things that I could see on the screen, but I couldn't find them. It's disorienting sometimes as well. Be careful, there's a bit of a reputation for motion sickness with it as well. But apparently the Vive isn't as bad for that as the Oculus Rift is, so you should be okay. Just make sure that you know where your keys are. If you're not already using something like Voice Attack for voice commands, and you're using a keyboard or something for your alternative commands, then I would suggest getting Voice Attack and HCS voice packs, because then you don't have to touch anything. You can put your hands on your sticks and not have to worry about not being able to find your controls. Siler, get it. If you're going to use VR, you get it. It's a good idea. Otherwise you're going to be taking your headset off every time you want to press a key. Unless you've got keys that have numbers, braille letters on them or something like that. Shadow Wolf, there's a few products out there that are actually quite useful for doing this kind of thing. If you've got a touchscreen mobile phone, like a Samsung S, anything from a Samsung S6 and up, or you have something like an Apple iPhone or anything like that, any of the modern USB connection smartphones, you can get Google Cardboard type things. The actual Google Cardboard itself, or one of the plastic versions of it. Yeah, what Garzini says. Hello again, Garzini. I'm glad some of my regulars are still around. Been a bit busy tonight, guys, isn't it? It hasn't been as intimate with us as it normally is. Just all these other people around. It's been great. Not because it can't talk to you. It's been great because it's nice to have lots of people online. Nope, I'm going to go for the Terminator again. I always go for the Terminator. One day I'll find Arnie. Thank you for the follow, Bruce77. Anybody who was wanting to ask about Horizons, or was asking about Horizons whether it's worth getting, the bit you're about to see you can only do in Horizons. That's half of the fun of knowing somebody who's got VR. Jump scares. This is quite a high G world, this one. Usually the places I land are about, oops, 0.1 or 0.01 G, but this one's 0.3 G, that's quite high relatively. Ooh, Jesus. It's got a bit of bounce back on it. Deploy landing gear.
The gear's down and locked.
There you go. Unusual photo opportunity. That's some long shadows. Got that right on the Terminator, haven't I? Oh, that's going to be a gorgeous screenshot. Look at that. That is stunning. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want a reason to play this game that isn't just about combat or trading or making money, what's on the screen in front of you right now is the reason I play this game. The opportunity to get screenshots and imagery as gorgeous as this from a game. I just think this is beautiful. It's just gorgeous, this game. I absolutely love it. The whole scanning across, that's me taking a 4K screenshot. I mean, just the way that the light rendering works as well, the way that the light on the canopy works, the reflections of the stars, the reflection of everything else, the reflection of everything, and the internal lighting, even the way that that works inside the ship. It's just all so beautifully done. So that is why I play the game. Apart from the stupid fucking distortion that you get in some of the spheres when you try and look at them properly. Let's go for that. Move that across slightly and do that screenshot. Has anybody not seen SRVs? Does anybody want to have a quick look at how SRVs work? Someone on the forums, the graphics in this game are bad. I mean, gee, really? Really? Seriously? I mean, I honestly can't think of anything that's more photorealistic. I mean, it's just gorgeous. Lights on.
Lights on.
You'll find out in a sec. Called Dan. This is an SRV. Let me show you something cool. You can use an SRV, you get a little buggy. I can't seem to get the external view to work because I can't map the same key to the external view in the buggy as I can in the thing, so I don't know what the key is for it. But it's a little buggy that you can drive around in, and that little radar scanner that's going from right to left and sweeping round shows you where there are points of interest. So if it finds anything that's worthy of going to pick up, then you'll get a little blip on the screen, and the noise you can hear, the Geiger counter noise, is the sensor trying to find different things. So you'll find metal alloys and things that are on the planet's surface that you can pick up, and different things, and it'll point out wreckage or anything like that if there's anything that's crashed here. But let me show you what we can do with it. Bye. All by myself, I seem to be all by myself. So there's a little turret you can go in as well. I mean, you've got stuff on the side. You've got a weapon up there. You've got a little laser cannon you can use. But I don't know any of the keys to use it at the minute because I don't use this thing very often. Don't worry, Dan. Don't worry. Haley ZZ, thank you for the follow. And there you go. Lights off.
Lights off.
And that's it. That's SRVs, that's how you land on planets. That's the stuff that you can only get in Horizons. So if you are thinking about buying this game and you want to do a bit of this stuff, you can drive around that SRV for ages and you can explore quite a lot, and you can go and pick up bits of rock, and you can use it to either make new bits for your ship or make fuel or just make things a little bit easier for yourself or make materials for engineers to help you with. So pretty good stuff. It's a lot of fun. Again, if you're watching this and you've not played it before or you're thinking about buying it, then I can recommend it. It's hours of fun, but it's not Twitch gaming. It's not action packed. You can make it as action packed as you like. If you just fancy a couple of hours of relaxing and chilling out, doing a bit of driving around planets, or doing a bit of flying around the galaxy and just looking at stuff, it's the sort of thing that I like. That's why I play it. If it's the sort of thing that you like, then you'll enjoy it. So give it a go. See what you think. If it's worth some money of your time, some money and time, then carry on. But yeah, I think it's a great game. I think it's amazing, and it will only get better as time goes by. So yeah, so thank you for watching. Thank you everyone who popped in from DJTruthsayer's stream. If you all pop back over to his stream, you can pop him a watch as well again. I'm going to pop over there for a bit. I'm going to probably host him from my channel as well while I'm over there, and I'll be popping onto his chat for about 10 minutes or so shortly as well, just to check in with the boss, you know. Well, he's not the boss, but we'll call him that and give him his ego a bit of a twist. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you'll come back. Thank you everybody for the follows. Thank you for the good words, and thank you for the good spirits, and have a great time, and enjoy Elite. The big thing I can say. Take care and fly safe.
all